Flosstube. Welcome back. My name is Teresa. This is the Garden Goose Stitcher Flosstube. This is Moose, our new goose. She wanted to say hello. A moose hatched while I was in Maine. And around the table we were talking about what we should name the geese that happened to hatch. And Moose was the first. And I like it when it rhymes. She's a good girl. Only one of our eggs hatched. So I went and got Moose a friendly duckling. I don't really like ducklings, but I got her a friend. So she's about a week old. And she's pretty sweet. She needs a bath, but she's pretty new. So this is Moose our goose. I'll be right back with all the stitching and other... Oh, she's a biter. I'll be right back with real Flosstube stuff. You say bye? Nah. Hello, Flosstube. Welcome back to the real Flosstube. My name is Teresa. This is the Garden Goose Stitcher Flosstube, episode 37. I don't know the date, but we know, if you've been here before, you know I often don't. I know it's the end-ish of April. I haven't checked in almost a month. So right before Easter was my last Flosstube. So it's been a minute. I've likely forgotten anything that was of importance or fun that I needed to tell you. But I'm glad you're back. Thank you for all of the kind comments. I received so many kind comments about my little tour of my sewing room. I really appreciate all of you, because it's kind of nerve-wracking to show people your stuff. But I appreciated everyone's kind comments, because I have made the most out of this little space. And a lot of people said that they got a few ideas from watching it, and I'm glad I put myself out there. But I had people coming up to me at the retreat saying that they had watched it, and so many kind words. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was very kind. And I've received a ton of wonderful comments. And also, I don't stress out about it very much, because I don't think I'm for everybody, but I have reached 3,000 subscribers, and I'll tell you, the second Flosstube I ever did, I think I had 11 or something. And I was so tickled then, because I couldn't believe that, 11 people would come and watch this. But I appreciate all of you, and I have a little gift at the end. Don't let me forget. Probably gonna forget. I'll remember, but you know how dicey it can get around here. But thank you for your kind comments, and thank you for subscribing and showing up and being so kind to me. I appreciate all of you. Since we last spoke, I've gone to our retreat and come home. I've been cuddling that goose. We only had one egg hatch, so we went and got her a friend duck. I'm not a fan of ducks. They're kind of messy, like messier than geese. I can't really explain it. I feel like they're wetter. And so, but I went and got her a little blue Swedish duckling, because she was all alone. And I was worried she'd not know she was an animal or a bird. She was just hanging out in our living room in a brooder. So, I'm still waiting for the girls out in the goose coop to see if the clutches they're sitting on produce anything. One of our geese has not gotten up partly at all. They get up like once a day to get some water and food. The other one, she gets up a couple more. Ezzy, she's kind of just up and down. She's doing her best. She's new. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see. We just put some chicken eggs in the brooder or the incubator last night. So we'll see what happens there. I went and bought a couple of chicks when I went to get the duckling, and chicks are $5 a chick nowadays. What? For a chick that might die? Listen, they're delicate. But anywho, some of them are $9 at my local farm store. So we're gonna be hatching our own chicks from now on. But the garden is just in a holding pattern. School's still going. We're almost done with history. Math will take a while, because we took part of last year and we waited through the summer to do it. Anyway, so math will be a while. And Nathan's doing his virtual programs. He's doing great. We've been listening to some really great audiobooks. Part of his literature that ties in with his history. I love that curriculum. But anyway, let's talk about stitching. I have stitched a bit. I've started a lot of things, only finished one thing. Let's start with the one finish. went right before, I think I checked in on March 30th, so it was almost the end of the month. On April 1st, I was planning to start Stephanie's sal for her birthday, and it was the Annie the Proper Stitchers Strength and Dignity. I don't know if I kitted this up when we spoke. Do you remember? I've been doing some sales and kitting them up last minute, even Channing Street. Like Tuesday night, I was kitting that up. This is the sale that Stephanie had picked at Strength and Dignity by the Proper Stitcher. Oh, oop. This sure is pretty. And I believe Stephanie might have been the one who was using blue for her house, because you know she loves that brother in blue. And so I switched my blues. I ended up going with Color and Cotton, and you know I love that. House of Mirrors. The lighter one was Bobbins. I do love Bobbins. And then I used Green Heron for the door. So I stitched on this mostly in the classroom. Well, you know, while Nate's working. I just stay in the room so he doesn't wander on and watch just hours of YouTube or something. You know how teenagers be. Plus we listen to audiobooks. We've been listening to The Hiding Place. Oh, it's so good. I highly recommend it. It's by Corey something Boom. I don't know. I highly recommend it. So, I finished it. I have to say, I stitched those cherry blossoms wrong several times. Several of these cherry blossoms. Like when I was stitching this one, I was looking at this one on the chart. When I was stitching this one, I was looking at this one. So several of these I had to redo twice, which I did not find amusing. I had to laugh. But I do love that house, and now that it's done, I think it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So I think I'll stitch that. I'll finish this into a pillow. The model was at the Library Stitchers Retreat, and it was gorgeous. So I think that I shall make it a pillow, but you know, don't hold your breath. Sometimes I say stuff and I don't mean it. Let's talk about the whips that I have been working on, and then I'll go into my new starts. I've had quite a few new starts. And that leads me to a conversation I'm going to tell you about with my 24 and 24. I need to do something. I showed this last time. I had like 2 days left of the month to stitch on it. I don't know that I got hardly anything done. I wait for the Lord by hands to work. Someone asked me where I got this. I think 2 people asked me where this was. I got this from a freebie table, and it seems like it's not readily available on the internet. However, I think that I saw on Instagram that possibly the attic has this. It might be kitted, so I don't know about that. I don't know anything about it. I just saw that somewhere and I thought, oh, I just stitched that. So I wait for the Lord. I sure did love stitching on this during Holy Week. I think I'll probably bring it out next year's Holy Week. And I got that heart done. I think maybe I was almost done with that last time. Went and started that big floral motif on the side. But I just really like to see the width and so I try to get myself this way, that way. So I really love that. This is a beautiful Parliament by Forbidden Fiber. Don't you love that? It's kind of pinky, isn't it? I love it. So I worked on that probably just for a day or two. We hosted Easter, so I don't know that I got much done that day. It was a nice Easter. It was really nice. My 2 WhipGo pulls. Okay, you know I cheat at WhipGo. So I have planned my seasonal whips around the month so that I'm seasonally stitching them because that's what I like best. So once Jessie Marie does stuff, pulls the WhipGo numbers, I go put the plans whips I have into those slots. And then if I accomplish them, I'll give myself my rewards. And I'm cheating. But it's not like the law. And she says, do what you want. So one of the whips this month is Hen and Chicks by Brendan Gervais. I took this with me to the retreat. I pulled it out for I don't know how long it was. I had a lengthy conversation about these ghosting tail feathers. This is coffee tea dyed fabric. I think it's 18 count. It is 18 count. And see how you cannot see those tail feathers? That drives me batty. So I'm going to have to rip that out and stitch it with a brighter white. I just can't. But I did fill in that dress. I had hardly anything done last time. So I like it. I'm using DMC, I think, for that. So 'tis what it is. But several of those chickens are different white colors, and all of them I think would ghost on that fabric, so I think I'm just going to use one white that's very visible. So the other whip I've had pulled from my whip go, my plan, is Penelope and Pete by Stitching with the Housewives. It's one of the Sip of the Seasons. I think I have one more of these that I'd like to stitch. It's a patriotic one. It's Uncle Sam, and he's holding like an eagle instead, and there's flags. I think I'd still like to stitch him. This came up, and it's a 14 count, and boy, sometimes a girl just loves like, I could stitch this anywhere. I've kept it in the car. Nate has hockey twice a week where he just practices, like there's no games. And so, sit in the car during that. And the weather's real nice. I can see it's during the day. So I've been stitching on this in the car. And I sure do love that bunny. It's pretty. And then I took it with me to Maine. I took it on the plane, in the airport. I stitched it a couple of late nights and like in the hotel when I was real tired, because 14 count is such a breeze. This is this is an aqua fabric I dyed, and then I dunked it real fast in tea. Like, you can hardly see it, but it sure is beautiful. So I've been stitching on that, and I like it. And also, while I'm showing you this, I'll show you the keeper I've been using to take it everywhere. And you can see what I did for my table mates at the retreat. So I was thinking, okay, when I was looking for playing cards for the Stitch Beach Please retreat, the Florida playing cards that I made into floss drops, when I was searching for old playing cards, these kept coming up instead, Maine. And I thought, well, it must be. I should buy those and gift them as gifts to my table mates in Maine. So I bought those. And then I thought, oh, now I'm going to go with lighthouses. So I found some lighthouse fabric on Etsy, and I made myself and my table mate, so I made 6 of these keepers. I thought I did not buy enough fabric. I thought I bought 2 yards, but I bought 2 half yards, because you know how on Etsy, a lot of people list them as half yard cuts. Anyway, I should read better. But most of them had 2 vinyl pouches. This one, because I was short on, I was using up little pieces of vinyl I had in my drawer. I don't know. Anyway, so mine only has one side of vinyl and the other is felt. But I found a little lobster charm. He keeps flipping over. But he's a cute little guy. Cute little lobster. Isn't that sweet? So I gave away these keepers. And then I also included the floss drops and those and a Lighthouse Classic Colorworks skein. So it's cute. But I sure do like this. So, well, that's what that's been riding around the world in. It's been places. So also I had a couple of new starts. Do I have any more whips? No, these are new starts. I had 2 new starts planned for my 24 and 24. One of them I was super excited about, and then I got disappointed. I had planned to start Bluebirds of Happiness by JBW. I got this at Stitch Away the year before last when she was a surprise person, and so I was so excited to start this. It came kitted. You just had to buy fabric. So I had bought Weathered Stone by Atomic Ranch, and it's a beautiful fabric. It's a 16 count. And I started, this is one night. I've been binge watching this season, because apparently I hadn't watched any 2020. But up in my sewing room, I only have like streaming services. I don't have regular television, because we use an antenna here. We don't have cable. So, and then we stream a lot. So upstairs, I can't watch, like Friday night, I can't watch 2020 or Dateline. I have to stream it later. So I went to go do that after I finished Love is Blind. That was an event of my life. I went to do that, and I found I hadn't watched a single episode of 2020 this season. So I had I've been binge watching it. But this was one night of 2020 and Bluebirds of Happiness. It came with floss that was pre-cut. And apparently, I found out, I have no patience for short strands. Some of them are like 12 inches long. And I like long strands, apparently. I stitched on this. I pulled this out I was struggle bussing. I was doing it. And then I pulled it out the second day, and I thought, this shouldn't be so miserable. I'm just going to order the floss. So I set it aside. I ordered all of the floss. And I waited for the floss. And now that it's, you know, mid-month, and I'm just going to put it back in to be started again someday. Because I guess it's a whip, but I hate putting it on the whip list. I feel like it was beyond my control. But whatever you want to tell yourself, right? But I feel like I don't want it to have a negative. I love this stitch and I love this pattern, but I'm going to have to restart it with long strands. I'm not going to tear any of that out. I just mean I'm going to have to look at it again differently. So while I was waiting for Bluebirds of Happiness floss, I didn't end up getting back to it, but I picked up, this was my other 24 and 24. I started this during the 12 by 12 marathon. So half of my 24s got a head start during New Year's Eve. This was from the month and year that I was born, July of '83. So I used overdyes for this, and I stitched on it for a few nights, several 2020 episodes. And then I ran out of Michael's Navy. And I think I have 2 strands left for my Michael's Navy skein. And I picked weeks, so they're beautiful. But I still have quite a bit more. Like, there's a lot more blue in that pattern. So I set this aside because I needed more Michael's Navy. I ended up, this came from Sally Bridgewater. Sally, did you send me this? Maybe I picked this up at a, did I pick this up at a freebie table? Anyway, maybe there could be several Sally Bridgewaters. But anyway, so I picked up Michael's Navy at the retreat because Crafty Grimalkin was taking orders, and then if you told her you'd be at the retreat and you got it in at the time, she brought it right to you. So I got that. So now I can pick that back up and finish that because I do love that little sampler. It's been a fun stitch. Although the pattern, the chart, listen, I don't think there's going to be any. I don't think we're going to come in. Let me show you how big this chart. Okay, so this is the front. This is how big the chart is. It's almost easier to just look at this because it's so tiny. I need to blow it up and copy it and zoom in. Okay, I have a couple more starts. I plan to do a Sal with Hobbies of Holly. She was stitching this while she meditated and prayed and thought about everything, especially with her little grandson Graham. And so when, I think right after we talked, I started this. I feel like there was possibly, I don't know, was I at a Zoom? Was it Alicia's Zoom? I've been to some Zooms. But, so this is what I've done. I took this with me. I stitched on it a bit. I finished that house. And I just need to start the rest of it. I wanted to frame out the trunk of the tree and then go back and do the leaves. And there's still a lot to do. There's still a lot to do. So I've got that started. It's a nice stitch. Did I tell you who it was from? I'm a terrible fuss to read up. Also, this fabric, this blue fabric, a lot of people said it looked very green to them. It's very blue to me, but I don't know what this fabric is. It's in linen, and there was no tag on it. It was by the Bay Needle Arts, but God, sorry. But I have no idea what this fabric is, and then I picked my own floss. So, there you go. Okay, lastly, uno momento. I took Channing Street. I think that I started this as a sale with friends. I think I watched Alicia do her live market haul. And I think she must have bought this there. And so then, Jessica Sweetwater, she had just finished it. And it was just a lot of Channing Street peer pressure in the world. So I messaged Alicia and I said, do you want to start that? I don't know if you did, Alicia. I know that, I don't know if Missy got hers. I think Tammy forgot hers. Listen, it might have just been me. It's a stitch alone. Channing Street by Annie B's folk art. And I got that pack. I got the pattern. It included the floss drop and the charm. the cabochon. So it's bougie. I stitched mine. I started this at the retreat like we'd planned. It's on R&R Vanilla C, a 32 count. And so this is what I got done. And I feel like that was some pretty decent counting for a retreat and talking and running my mouth. So I did that. So that was a great start. And let me show you, as we move into the haul, let me show you what it lives in. Because I bought this keeper at the retreat. It's a Whippa Keepa from my friend Stephanie, the New England stitcher. And I've been carrying Channing Street around in here. She does such a good job. You should follow her on Instagram and watch her Flosstube. She's amazing. So, love her with my keepas. And I got this big one, and then I got a matching small one. I'll show you that in the rest of the haul. But that's what Channing Street lives in, isn't it? Doesn't it seem very, very proper? So, all right, let's go into haul. Shall we? Are you still here? I didn't finish a lot, huh? Okay. Let's go into haul and then I'll tell you about my plans. So, since we last spoke, I got my Coloring Cotton regular subscription, my monthly subscription. The 32 count Belfast linen. This is buttermilk and it is beautiful. Beautiful. They always do. I also got my floss from the club. Beautiful. I don't remember what it was called. I take it out of the package. But Bombay, sure, like when I first opened it, I said Bombay is my favorite pink, and whoever I was chatting with said that's not pink. I said, but it is. It used to be, but it's a very pretty color. See my old Bombays? So, but I do love it. So pretty. Those blues. So I got my Coloring Cotton. I picked up Michael's Navy when I was at the retreat. It's a pretty navy, isn't it? I also, okay, I don't think there's any other regular haul. Oh, okay, listen. Sometime, somebody texted me late at night and said, why am I shopping for this at 12:30 at night? And I said, I don't know, but now I am too. So I bought Hands Across the Sea, Florence Mary Dickinson. Do you see all those flowers and those deer? It's so pretty. So that's beautiful. So I bought it because somebody else was shopping late at night. And I bought the linen. Listen, I don't know what this is called. It's a Tabby Cat linen, and I think it was called Lollybrock. Where did the package go? Did I throw it away? Has it been trash night since it happened? I think it was called Lollybrock. I'll have to check with the website. But I got it from Hobby House. Beautiful linen. Beautiful. I think I got 32 count. I would tell you if it had a label. So, okay. Also, before I left for the retreat, Trey Chic had a sale. I mean, it was a bargain. They had an opportunity to save some money if you bought this 3-pack of scissors. If you bought the 3 scissors, they're very nice scissors. You got money off. You saved money. See? So I bought the Scissorist 3-pack. And they sure are beautiful. Sure are beautiful. I also don't think I need to buy a pair of scissors for the rest of my life. But the butterfly, aren't those pretty? They're very nice scissors. Very nice scissors. I got the Lady Liberty, which Nate thought looked like a chicken. Apparently, all we think about is chickens around here. Isn't that pretty? And then I got the basic, it came with the normal, just curved tip. So it snips. So, very nice scissors. Very nice. Part of the order that I got from the Crafty Grimalkin were the new Classic Colorworks London Fog, Weather Vane, and Misty Manor. Misty Moth. I can't read. But those are very nice too. So I'll pick those up. However, at the retreat, they had some really great trunk shows and really great vendors. I showed you the Whippa Keepa. My other Whippa Keepa is one of the small ones. And it is beautiful. It matches the other one. It's small, but it has patchwork on the back. Isn't that lovely? The inside is half felt or fleece, and then you put your stuff in there. She does such a good job. Such a good job. You should really follow her. She is a delight. So I bought that. The Crafty Grimalkin was there as a vendor too. And she had this, which I really, I saw it come out at market and I thought, oh, I sure would love that. I have Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. I have Autumn Rules stitched and done by Primrose. I have Hive Rules in my whip bucket. I think that's in the rotation for this summer. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to also have the patriotic rules? So I bought it. And while I was over there, I bought some cottage garden threads to go with it. I haven't had any ever, and somebody was telling me how much they love them, so I went over and I sure did pick out cottage garden threads to go with this so I can give them a whirl. And so I bought that. Perhaps my pattern buying freeze was on pause while I was there because I did buy some stuff. But one of the other trunks, oh, I did buy some Stitches by Ethel patterns. I just love her patterns. I bought this one because it's just everywhere and I love it so much. And then I bought these crows. I've already stitched the garden one for Kathy's birthday. So I bought 2 of the more of the crows. I meant to buy a 3rd one, but I thought I was going to win it, but I didn't. I also bought Hands On Design. Somebody just stitched this, and I just couldn't resist it anymore. And then this one. I didn't have this, and I've never seen it. Must have been a retreat thing. What does it say? But, so I got those. And then, guess who else was there? Coloring Cotton sent floss packs. Like 5 skein floss packs. And they had different themes. Most of them were colors. So bright reds, Merlot reds, darks, like blacks. There were whites. There was an Arctic pack, which had beautiful blues and grays and whites. There was a gray pack. Listen, there was a color pack for almost every color family. Then there was a patriotic and a prim autumn and a prim Halloween and all of these packs. So I bought a lot because I love color cotton, and you know I live in a desert, an LNS desert. So I bought a couple, and then Stephanie, the New England Stitcher, I was walking by her table and she had Roy G. Bibbed her Coloring Cotton. And I said, oh, I could do that. And then I realized I didn't have orange, so I'm back about orange. And then while I was at it, I bought the black because I hadn't bought that. I love it so much. Love it so much. The blues, the aquas, just a lot of floss. It's a lot. So I got that. I feel like that was an investment in my future. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Everything else I have, I think, are gifts. So let's talk about some kindness, because there was so much. Firstingly, if you gifted me something at the retreat and I don't show it, it's because there's so much. I can't show it all, but I can tell you that everything meant something to me, and the kindness was overwhelming. I guess that's the thing. It's overwhelming because it was so lovely and wonderful. And I just think Stitchers are just generous and thoughtful, creative people. So it's hard when you're not used to people being nice like that. So I'll show some. I'll show my table mate gifts. I had some really great table mates. Missy brought me this shirt. Apparently she had one made for Brandy, because Brandy had said I'd sell that, and apparently she thought I needed one too, which I do, because I usually say that. So she gifted me that. Oh, she gifted all of our table mates a mug with some syrup. My mug says something adorable. It's like, be yourself in life, be yourself. Unless you could be a goose, then be a goose, or something like that. So it was super cute. I got some syrup, which her husband bottled. And there was a sticker and some floss. Ooh, the flosses were super pretty. Like blueberry and apple fritter. Super pretty. There was other stuff in there. I'm going to tell you, I don't remember everything in everything, but there was everything. There was a lot. Tammy gifted each of us a bag. Her daughter's mother-in-law sews, and apparently she's crafty as heck because she made a bunch of project bags. There's a floss bed, in there. So that was fantastic. She also gifted us a complimentary sweet. I think it was Sweet Wing Studios, like her market complimentary chart. She gave us that, and she also gifted us a coloring cotton warm sienna. This is beautiful. It's a 32 count Lugana. She gifted me a chicken, and also she gifted us each. See, Emily Call pattern. Kindness begins. So I thought that was really, really sweet. Andrea gifted us a gift certificate. This is the second time I've stitched with her where she gave us gift certificates. Genius. I should do that sometime because really it's an amazing gift. Kim, I've not met her in real life until the retreat. Wonderful. She stitched each of us at the table a pillow. She stitched it and finished it. And she did such a good job. It's the Teresa Kogut freebie Create Every Day. Can you believe she stitched 6 of them? Oh, the attention span on that woman. But also, what a creative and thoughtful gift. I can't wait to put it up on my special things. Beth, I'm trying not to call her Ariel, but Beth, I also met her for the first time. She gifted us a cute little Vera Bradley wallet with a scissor, like a thing that's a little frog, but you put it on the end tip of your scissors. There was candy. I ate that. There was measuring tape, which I always need to have. And it was just super thoughtful. Plus, she also made these Sweet Home Alabama project tags. And it has, like, in the little Alabama, it has different pictures of places of where she's from. Isn't that thoughtful? I thought that was super thoughtful. Maybe I should do something like that. Was that everybody at my table? Missy, Tammy, Beth, and Kim, and Teresa, and Andrea. Yeah. Kathy gifted me this really cute Mill Hill kit. Kathy, I think I'm going to stitch this and then I'll bring it when I see you in a couple months and you can show me how to do the beads. Okay? I need help. She also stitched one of these little things for a whole bunch of us. We had 2 tables. So the Bougies, Alicia, Jen Naska, they were at the next door table with Kathy and Ashley. So like we could just lean over and chit chat. So she stitched all of us one of those. I made one of those. The Bougie, Nancy handed out these. Mine is very PG, Nancy. Next time I'd like an interestinger one. I'm just kidding. Also, Jenny from the Bougie Sisters, she gifted us these. She made these. They're scissor holders. And I picked out the Bonnie and Camille. Plus there's little snips in there. I'm going to cherish that forever. Oh, look. Oh, Kathy also gave me this silly goose sticker. Isn't that cute? Super cute. And I had, so many people drop stuff up. I feel like this possibly came in the second day bin, or maybe somebody handed this out. I think that's the flag. Is that the flag of Maine? There's a Maine charm. Really cute. Somebody gifted a little baggie full of these. Maybe this came in the, well, they're together now. But there's also, I got a little needle threader with a cat on it. That's so cute. Oh, Stephanie gifted us these. There's a little pine cone in the state of Maine, and it says the Library Stitchers. Super cute. And I love her project cards. This is from Two Cross Stitchers. Look at the needle minder. They handed. Oh, I got a whole bunch of needle minders, and I already put them up. I think I got one. Oh yes. I got one from B&E. I got one from the Bougies. And then also this one. Isn't that fun? Stephanie does so many cool things. Oh, and I also got a green giant from Justine and Shelly, they were handing us out. That was so cute. Oh, Justine was. And they had cookies. They're so cool. Good cookies. Somebody dropped off this really cool cabochon. Isn't that wonderful? Jackie Beecher. And I think she's going to be at another retreat I'm coming up to. Maybe it. Somebody handed these out. These are really cool. These are project cards. And they have lots of room for your flosses and information. And it's from Tina Pendleton. And I thought that was genius. See how it's like a library card? And we were at the library retreat. That was super smart. Also, people hand out little notebooks at retreats. And these are genius because I always end up needing a little notebook to put stuff, write stuff in. Alicia handed this out to our table cluster. Always and always, remember the proper stitcher. Isn't that fun? She also, another night, she gifted me Frosty Tiny Town. I think she said we were going to sell this, right? Right? And the Frosty frill. That's super cute. I have another one of the frills. Possibly several of them. But, also, Jenny passed these out. So they're like a project card, like a library card. And it's got a project card. So that was cool. Somebody handed these out, and I thought this was genius. She had one out to everyone, I believe. Maybe just people. But it's a little envelope she obviously made. And then had cleaning cloths for your glasses. Or your magnifier too, right? Like, wow. That's smart. Also, Tammy had made little floss drops of her when she was little. She's super cute. Shelly Nichols had done that at Beach Please, and I immediately went home and planned to do it for retreats coming up. This is Missy. Look at those cheeks. And then Kathy gave some out too. She's so cute. Look at her braids. It's so fun. So, also, at my table, Kim is a lucky duck. She won 2 raffles. Guess how many I won? 0. But she won 2. And one of them was a grouping of Teresa Kogut booklets. And she already had one. Like, one of them in the grouping she already had. So she gifted me the extra. And I think we're going to sell that. Because obviously we sell everything. Then that I love. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those houses. So beautiful. So, that... this was a really cool thing. I don't know where she even got this. This was from Made by SDF. I don't know. Look at that. You could touch it. That'd be fun. Also, the retreat swag bag when you got there was this cool bag. Apparently one of the women made it. It has finishing fabric in it. And a chapstick holder and a charm. Like a lobster charm. And also a little bookmarker. I love these little bookmarkers. And then it also came with, I don't know if this came in there, but somebody gifted me a legit sticker. And then it came with a mini project stand. And I think I'm going to keep this one in my car because I use a steering wheel tray. It hooks on the bottom of your steering wheel. So when I'm stitching in my car, I put my seat all the way back and then I have that tray and I can have my stitching on there, my light or whatever. So I think I'm going to keep that in my car for that. Also, it came with, we were gifted 3 different patterns. One by the Drooling Moose, one by Helen D. Isn't that beautiful? And also this really cool pattern. Oh, hold on. This really cool pattern. It's got Pride and Prejudice. And there's no picture, there's no like imagery, but there's one from Finally a Farm Girl. It's got like a raccoon and a mouse. And I know that Missy stitched it, which just shows how much she loved this retreat because she stitched a mouse. Oh, I cannot forget. Also, before I left, Cousin Christy sent me a little sweet thing, and it was a card and then a silly goose sticker. She thought I needed it. Thank you, Christy. That was so sweet. So, also, at the retreat, when I went up to Stephanie's vendor booth, and I was I probably already was holding the whip I keep as I was buying, and then I was looking at her floss winders, and I was like, oh, I think I need one of these big ones. And she was like, oh, really? And then she pulls this one out from a stash in the back, and it's for me. She had made one for me. And it just about made me cry. If I didn't cry, I was about to. If there weren't people around, I woulda. Inside, I cried. You know, but isn't that sweet? And it matches my needle minder. So that was super fun. So thoughtful. Ugh. Oh, it makes me emotional. Just thinking about it. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, I have some plans I want to talk to you about. And then, like, if you were hanging on, waiting to see if I'm going to do what I'm going to do, you know it's probably not going to be the case. But, okay, so, my plans. I'm going to keep stitching on my whips that are my whip goes for this month. Hopefully I can get them done. It's getting pretty close to crunch time. And then I'm going to take a month off of my 24 and 24, and I'll tell you why after I wet my whistle. I have gotten myself up to 24 whips with all these new starts, which isn't a big deal. 24 is not bad. But I am not finishing things as often as I'm starting right now, and that stresses me out a tad. And if you like to do that, do it. Do it. And there's times in my life where I start things with reckless abandon. I don't care. But right now, while I'm trying to tame some of the stuff I have, I think I'm going to put a pause in that just for a month. Because it is the 4th month, and I have started 14 new things so far this year. 14. So if I was doing 24 and 24, 2 per month, then I should be at 8. So you can see I'm starting things a lot faster, and only half of those have been finished. So I'm going to give myself a month to just wait. Stitch on what I have a little bit more. And then I believe that one of my plans for 24 and 24 was a Teresa Kogut Patriotic, because last year Lisa from the Sassy Southern Stitchers, Lisa, we're still doing it this year. We're going to stitch another one of Teresa Kogut's from her Patriotic book. And so I think last year what I did was stitch it between Memorial Day, and my goal was to have it done by the 4th of July, and I love that very much. So I think I'm going to do that again. I'm going to wait till Memorial Day or Memorial Day weekend to start that pattern. So I'll still start one of them, but I'm going to wait till later, and maybe I'll only do one next month in June too, because I want to get my whips going. I still want to stitch the whips I had planned for May, but I don't want to start anything new right this minute. So that's where I am, because I have 24 whips and I've started 14 new starts this year. I'm ahead of pace, and that stresses me out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break. But have you been watching Joy? She's on Instagram. I cannot remember her handle, but I'll put it down below. Joy and Missy and a couple other people are going to be doing a build-a-block sale next month in May to focus on a series where you have to do several parts to build it up. And so I have a lot. I have Snow Village. I have Cottages of the Month. I thought about doing those. I have, but I think I'm going to work on my Hawk Run. I would like to, in May, finish my first block of my Hawk Run. So I'm going to work on my May whips, and then I'm going to do the Build-A-Block and try to get one Hawk Run square done. And if you've done Hawk Run, you know that's no joke. It's not like a little thing. So that's what I'm going to do. Those are my plans. I also have a retreat coming up, not this weekend, next weekend, up in the UP. I'm traveling up to Iron Mountain, and I don't know a single person that's going. So I'm going to go to that retreat. That's exciting. I've never been to the UP. Also, my mom's, here we went to Maine, and I was expecting to see a moose, and I did not. And then I was telling my mom that where I was going, and she said, oh, right along that road that you'll take is where we saw a moose cross the road. And I thought, oh, well, that's funny. I didn't get to see a Maine moose, but I might get to see a Michigan moose, apparently. So I'm going to that retreat. When I get back from that retreat, it'll be heavy gardening, like all the gardening stuff. So put everything in the ground. So that'll be exciting. What else do I have going on? That's about all. I need to clean this mess up. I'm not waiting another 4 weeks to do a floss tube. I'll probably check in right after the retreat so that I have just 2 weeks because I can't remember anything. Surprise, surprise. But I have some things I want to share with you. So because you all are so kind to me, and because I just love getting to know you in the comments, and I just think that you are all wonderful. And since I've recently crossed the 3,000 subscriber threshold, I thought we would have a you know what. Let's do a giveaway. Remember that you should be 18 so I can ask for your address, and you need to be a subscriber to this channel to win. But I have 3 because there's more of us, so we need to space out the giveaways, right? So the first one, when I was really digging into what I wanted to do for the building blocks, I found in my stash that I have Tingles and Boo Club, and I don't think I'll stitch all of those. And I've already stitched Halloween Rules, so I don't think I need all 3 series. So I wanted to gift to one friend the Boo Club series. I have all of them, and I even have the instructions. I don't know where I got these, but I have the Boo Club instructions and the Boo Club. If you would like to acquire this, in your comment, somehow work in the word Boo, B-O-O. Then you can build a block in May too. The second gift I have, surprise, is Grand and Green. I accidentally bought 2. Grand and Green. It's a color pack from the retreat that I bought 2 of from Color and Cotton. These are nice. If you would like to acquire this, put in your comment the word grand, some way, somehow. And the third gift is straight from me. I have been making these just for myself and my friends. I've been gifting them at retreat to people like nearby. They're just project cards that I made on Vistaprint. They're very much just like Carrie's that she sells. So if you love these, I do, you should go get some from her. I'm never gonna sell them. I just gift them to people I know and use them for my personal use. So I have Tiger Lily cards, but they're too precious, so I don't use them. So then I just made new ones instead of just, like I should have just, anyway. But they have geese scenes. I have 3 seasons so far. A summer scene of my gooses, a wintry scene, and then a spring scene. This is Esmeralda last spring. So if you would like to win the project cards, just use the word cards in your comment. Don't use the word giveaway. Just use one of those words or all 3 of them if you'd like to be entered to win each of them. So I'll draw before my next Flosstube. So that is all. That's it. Thank you so much for all of you for being here. If you came up to me at the retreat and said hello, I appreciate that so much. You know, I usually sit. I don't wander around and like go mingle to a lot. So I appreciate anyone who came up and introduced themselves to me. I really, really do. And I just feel like you all are so kind to me, and I don't take that for granted one bit. So is that all? That's all. That's it. I hope you're having a wonderful spring and you're getting lots of stitching in, and hopefully you're on track more than I am, but I'll catch up with you in a couple of weeks. So happy stitching, friends. Bye-bye.